Councilwoman Mazer.
Here.
Council President Samaluka. Also present for the meeting is Mayor White, Mr. Suarez, our Township Attorney, and Mr. Klein, our Township Engineer.
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I can't hear.
Council members. In consideration of the Written Ordinance 103, issued by the Governor President on March 9, 2020, declaring the state of emergency and public health emergency.
The public is hereby advised that any statements made during the meeting of the Township Council of the Township of Southbrook will not be privileged or protected, and that persons or entities who take issue with such comments or are offended by same may and have in the past sought legal redress through the court. Any member of the public who addresses the council speaks for themselves and not for the council.
Motion.
Second.
Second by Mr. Raccomando. Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Dorminio.
Yes.
Councilman Garrick.
Yes.
Councilman Accomando.
Yes.
Councilwoman Mazer.
Yes.
And Council President Samaluka.
Yes. Okay, if there's any member of the public on this phone system that wishes to address the council, please so that more than ever, you need to remain and hearing no one, I will entertain a motion to close the meeting.
Motion to close the meeting to the public?
Motion.
Second by Mrs. Dominion. Roll call.
Councilwoman Dorminio.
Yes.
Councilman Garrick.
Yes.
Councilman Accomando. Councilwoman Mazer.
Yes.
And Council President Samaluka.
Yes. The next part of the agenda will be council comments. Based on the situation that we're doing, okay, Mayor, do you have anything that you want to put on the record?
Is this my comments, or?
This is your comment, sir.
I'm having a heck of a time hearing Andrew.
Me too.
Yeah. Pete, I hear you fine. What is the council president saying?
He's asking the mayor if he has any comments to put on the record.
Yeah, I would, yes, I do. So, I just want to express my deepest sympathies to all those that are sickened and those that have died as a result of COVID-19. You know, I know all our thoughts and prayers are with them, are with those who are infected. You know, have a full recovery, and our condolences to the families and loved ones of those who have passed as a result of the disease. I've been doing, as many of you probably know, I've been doing periodic briefings, both written and video, which have been put on social media and Our Town TV. I want to thank, I heard him that he's on, Resident Thomas Van Winkle's been doing those videotapes for me, and La Cosa has not been available to do them, so I really appreciate Thomas, coming and videotaping that for us. I'm trying to keep the residents up to date as much as possible. The governor, his most recent executive order, number 122, basically he's ceasing all non-essential construction. This was just yesterday. Also, it puts additional requirements on essential retail businesses, specific protections and policies on those businesses that are still permitted to operate under his original order, which was 107. Some of those new requirements are limit to 50% of the stated maximum of store capacity. They have to establish, if they can, hours of operation to permit access to high-risk individuals like our seniors. Also installing physical barriers such as shield guards between the customers and the store employees, frequent sanitization of the high-touch areas, and this is the big one that it was a recommendation, but then now it's a requirement that workers and customers wear cloth face coverings while on the premises. So when you go to the store, or pharmacy, or whatever, the customers have to have some kind of mask on. They prefer a cloth covering rather than a regular mask, because those masks, as everyone probably knows, are in high demand for the hospitals and healthcare facilities. I just want to praise, and I know all of you, feel the same way, the emergency responders, especially the ambulance corps. And we've been receiving a lot of suggestions from the public how to acknowledge them. So what decided to do, and actually I got to hand it to Pete. It was his idea. He does come up with a good one every so often. This was a good one, but decided to purchase these lawn signs. We were able to get a donation, and we're doing it through the Saddlebrook Community Partnership and Access for All Committee. So the lawn signs are for residents to display their appreciation and say thank you to healthcare workers and emergency responders. So the residents, we put something out on social media, Facebook, and the town website. So if a resident would like a sign, they should mail a minimum of a $10 donation to the ambulance corps, money order or check, no cash, payable to the Saddlebrook Volunteer Ambulance Corps. Attention to Christine. They have to include their name, their address, and contact number. Once we receive the check, then we put the signs out. So we purchased 100. I think we're ready by just seeing it seems like the public is they like the idea. There's a lot of comments on Facebook, and we already got quite a few, and some sizable donations, a lot more than $10, which is much appreciated. So far that's been a pretty big hit. Other things related to COVID-19, we revised our town TV programming. Now it's like 2 hours, and it's a lot of, it's mostly focused on COVID-19. We also, St. Philip's the Apostle, the Roman Catholic Church, asked us to put their masses on, and so we've been doing that, as well as also First Reformed had asked us to. They do like a call-in, like this type of thing, and we put that on our Facebook and our website. We want to offer it to all the churches, but you know what? It really was. I was a little skeptical, the whole separation of church and state, but I got to tell you that I've received so many compliments that we did that from especially our seniors that they can't go to church. I mean, their routine is go to church every Saturday night or Sunday morning, and they miss that. So they really appreciated having the mass on there, and the church does as well. Also, the town hall digital sign. We just have a couple of basically just a few pages there, not nothing long, all related to COVID. Phone numbers, important phone numbers to call, and information. Also, the mobile signboard, the one that the police owned, that's been put out on. I think it's on Paley Avenue. Yeah, it's over by the old Carucci's. Same thing. We professionally sanitize all the town buildings. We've reduced the staff, and everybody probably already knows. We reduced the staff hours and alternating dates, trying to limit the number of employees working together and having contact with each other. We've gotten some donations of personal protective equipment. Saddlebrook School District, they got together all the nurses and the athletic supervisor there was able to get scrounge up everything that they had, and they donated it to the ambulance corps and also to the emergency management. So Dynasty Buffet, a couple of hundred KN95 masks, and also Westlock yesterday donated another 250 of the really good N95 masks, the ones that are very difficult to get. So we appreciate that. I'm going to throw in there, did everybody get the email that I sent out yesterday about hiring police officers? I really feel that's become an emergent need. I really didn't want to, as most of you probably know, I would have preferred to wait, but it's manpower, it's just getting to the point where we really, have to hire, and the situation being what it is, we do have some individuals on that list that can, that could be put right out there. They have their PTC certification. I don't want to say too much more, but they can actually be a regular police officer. So that that's something that is very beneficial at this point. Let me see. We're getting requests from the volunteer fire department. They've been getting requests to do a bunny ride, similar to their annual Santa ride. And Fire Chief Palazzati, Chief Kugler, Pete, and myself, we discussed it, and we really feel that, the idea, the thought of doing it right now is ill-advised under the circumstances. And we all pretty much agreed on that. I also don't want to put the volunteer firemen in harm's way. They have to. It's a lot more involved than people think. People think it's just throw the money on the back of the fire truck and that's all there is to it. But there's a lot of manpower involved, and it's just we pretty much agreed to make that decision. And some people are disappointed, but I believe it's the right decision right now, and we all are pretty much standing by that decision. VFW Commander Lou Varelli called and advised me that the VFW canceled the Memorial Day parade, so there's going to be no parade. 2019 road program is underway. Bob, the engineer, can provide. I think in this packet there's a schedule of when those roads are going to be paved. I know that most of the cement work has been done. We have second reading on Mayhill Street bid specs using the DOT grant, which is that we're going to be paving this Mayhill from the circle to the Route 80 bridge. There's also the elimination of fees for the veterans, which Flo introduced as a second reading. Also a handicap parking space from in the front of a home on Beach Avenue, which is already checked out by the police department. The vape ordinance, that has to go before the planning board, so we're going to have to wait on that, I believe, voting on that until we get a recommendation from the planning board. Also, April's Autism Awareness Month. Pete changed the hi-hat lights in the front of Town Hall to make them blue. I just want to wish everybody a happy Easter and Passover. I know we're all working together, and we're going to get through this tough period right now. there is some positive things going on. I'm hearing the news, at least in the city. They had a lot of deaths over the last couple of days, but they're saying that there's less admissions, people being admitted to the hospital, less people are on ventilators. So that's a good sign that maybe it's peaked and we're going to be on the other side of it. Let's just all thank God. Hope to God that is the case. Thank you.
Okay. Any other comments?
I'll be good. Any council comments the council president asked?
Are we going
I'd
to
like
any
to-
specific order?
Well, Councilwoman
No, we-
Laser, you can go.
Yeah, no, I just thought, thank everybody, thank the mayor, thank you, Pete, and everybody that's going through this. I mean, it's such a stressful, to put it mildly, but I also personally want to thank everybody for your prayers and things, because when Jason was there, I mean, it really hit home, and thank you. I thank you all, and I pray that we all stay healthy and get through this and come out stronger than ever. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Flo.
I have a comment.
Okay, go.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I just wanted to mention that the parks are closed, and although they are closed, I have noticed, because I live across the street from Avon Park, and the past weekend we had quite a big group of children, older kids, hanging out together. And I just want to reach out to the parents. I know everybody's going crazy, but certainly they couldn't have all been siblings, because it was quite a big group. I didn't want to call the police, but I think we just have to try to not have the kids hanging out, because it's crucial that we do what we need to do at this particular time. So I just kind of wanted to throw it out there. Please, do everything that we need to do so we can get beyond this. And also, I'm praying every day. It's overwhelming for all of us. And I just think if we all do this together, we will get over it. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
I have a few comments.
All right, Mr. Derrick?
Okay. I'd just like to give my condolences to our residents that have lost a loved one to COVID-19. I'd also like to say that our number one priority is the health, safety, and well-being of our residents and first responders. With that, I'd like to thank Captain Harry Reed and all of our volunteer ambulance corps and Chief Joe Palazzati from the fire department, and acknowledge their tremendous sacrifice and dedication to our community. I'd also like to thank Pete Ladico and Mayor White, along with Chief Kugler and the police department, and Superintendent Bobby Hickswin, our DPW, for their great leadership and commitment to our residents. On another note, I'd like to wish Lieutenant Tony Maneri a long, happy, and healthy retirement. Finally, I'd like to wish our residents well in this time of crisis, as well as a happy Easter and a happy Passover to everyone. Thank you.
Okay. Todd, do you have anything? All right. Briefly, I want to reiterate what most have said. Our deep felt thanks go out to all our first responders. And if you do appreciate them, as a token of that appreciation, we're asking that you be generous, especially with the ambulance corps, being that their fish fry was supposed to be either tomorrow or last Friday. I forget which day it was, but I think it's supposed to be tomorrow. And that is one of their main fundraisers, if not the main fundraiser. And obviously that has not taken place due to the restrictions. So please be as generous as possible. In case anyone is wondering, there is an exception to the governor's prohibition to non-essential construction, and that is our road program, which at least my reading of it indicates that we can go forward, and we will be going forward with our paving program. We're going to complete the 2019 streets. We are going to be putting in the speed tables on the 3 locations that we have discussed, and we are going to proceed with the 2020 road program and hopefully be able to get 2020 done in 2020. With that, just wish everyone a happy Easter. And thanks to everyone who's come together. And for everyone out there, be safe. And please, just be smart and be reasonable. We can all get through this if everyone does their part and acts in a smart manner to try and abide by the rules and regulations that they're making. This is for your safety and for the safety of your family and your neighbors. So thank you. I think we're going to go into ordinances at this point. The first ordinance.
Could you hear me?
Number 1678-20, second reading. An ordinance amending and supplementing Chapter 105, handicap parking of the Code of the Township of Saddlebrook to provide for a handicap parking space in front of 597 Beach Avenue. We have a motion to the Township Clerk to give it the second reading?
Motion.
Motion by Ms. Dominio, second by Mr. Garrick. Roll call.
Councilwoman Dominio.
Yes.
Councilman Garrett.
Yes.
Councilman Arcamando.
Yes.
Councilwoman Mazer.
Yes.
Council President Samuel.
Yes.
An ordinance amending and supplementing Chapter 106, handicap parking of the Code of the Township of Saddlebrook to provide for a handicap parking space in front of 597 Beach Avenue.
Okay, a motion is in order to, that there be a public hearing on this ordinance, to open the meeting to the public. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Ms. Dominio, motion, second by Ms. Mazer. Roll call.
Councilwoman Dominio.
Yes.
Councilman Garrick.
Yes.
Councilman Arcamando.
Yes.
Councilwoman Mazer.
Yes.
Council President Samaluka.
Yes, there's a public hearing on this ordinance is open, and all persons interested now may have the opportunity to be heard. If you will speak on this ordinance, we again ask that you identify yourself by name and address. Hearing no residents coming forward to speak on this ordinance, entertain a motion to close the public comment section of this ordinance. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Second.
I think it was Ms. Mazer and second by Ms. Dominio, I think.
Can you guys hear me?
There was a male voice, but I couldn't make it out. We'll get to the next one. Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Dominio.
Yes.
Councilman Garrett.
Yes.
Councilman Arcamando.
Yes.
Councilwoman Mazer.
Yes.
Council President Samuel.
Yes. Mr. Clerk, please read the resolution regarding final passage.
Be it resolved by the Township Council of the Township of Saddlebrook that the ordinance entitled, an ordinance amending and supplementing Chapter 106, handicap parking of the Code of the Township of Saddlebrook to provide for a handicap parking space in front of 597 Beach Avenue. Does now pass on second and final reading, and that the Township Clerk be directed to advertise said ordinance or title thereof in the press, together with the notice of the date of passage of said ordinance according to law.
Is there a motion to pass, to approve?
Motion.
Second.
Ms. Ms. Darminio, I think that was Mr. Accomando who snuck in for a second.
Yeah,
Roll
could you
call,
guys
please.
hear me?
You got,
I can hear you now.
now we can. You got to speak
hear you
loud
now.
and fast.
Councilwoman Dorminio.
Yes.
Councilman Garrett.
Yes.
Councilman Accomando.
Yes.
Councilwoman Mazer.
Yes.
Council President Samuel.
Yes, the ordinance passes unanimously. The next ordinance is 1679-20, an ordinance amending Chapter 8.2 of the Township Code of the Township of Saddlebrook, entitled Fees. Motion is in order that the clerk proceed to give the ordinance a second reading. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Ms. Mazer with the motion, second by Ms. Darminio. Roll call.
Councilwoman Dorminio.
Yes.
Councilman Garrett.
Yes.
Councilman Accomando.
Yes.
Councilwoman Mazer.
Yes.
Council President Samuel.
Yes.
In order to amend Chapter 82 of the Township Code of the Township of Saddlebrook entitled Fees.
The motion is in order that the public hearing on this ordinance be opened. Is there a motion to open to the public?
Motion.
Ms.
Second.
Darminio with the motion. Second by, I believe that was Mr. Accomando, correct?
Yes.
Okay, second by Mr. Accomando. Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Dorminio.
Yes.
Councilman Garrett.
Yes.
Councilman Accomando.
Yes.
Councilwoman Mazer.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Council President Samuel.
Yes, public hearing on this ordinance is open, and all persons interested may now have the opportunity to be heard. If you want to be heard, please give your name and address. Hearing no one come forward, I will entertain a motion to close the public portion, the public comment section of this ordinance.
Motion.
Second.
That was Mr. Garrett with the motion, second by Ms. Darminio. Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Dorminio.
Yes.
Councilman Garrett.
Yes.
Councilman Accomando.
Yes.
Councilwoman Mazer.
Yes.
Council President Samuel.
Yes, Mr. Clerk, please read the resolution regarding final passage.
Be resolved by the Township Council of the Township of Saddlebrook that the ordinance entitled, an ordinance amending Chapter 82 of the Township Code of the Township of Saddlebrook entitled Fees is now passed on second and final reading, and that the Township Clerk be directed to advertise said ordinance or title thereof in the press, together with the notice of the date of passage of said ordinance according to law.
Okay, do I have a motion to approve?
Motion.
Motion.
Mr. Accomando with the motion, second by Ms. Darminio. Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Dorminio.
Yes.
Councilman Garrett.
Yes.
Councilman Accomando.
Yes.
Councilwoman Mazer.
Wake up, folks.
Yes. You called me.
Council President Samuel.
Yes, motion passes, this ordinance is passed unanimously. Ordinance number 3 tonight is ordinance number 1680-20 for a second reading, and ordinance amending Chapter 206, zoning of the Township Code of the Township of Saddlebrook to ban vape shops as a permitted use in any zone district except on Route 46 West between Outwater Lane and 5th Street in the Township of Saddlebrook. Is there a motion to give it a second reading?
Motion.
Motion.
Okay,
Second.
that was a motion by Ms. Mazer, second by Mr. Garrett, I believe. Roll call.
Councilwoman Dorminio.
Yes.
Councilman Garrett.
Yes.
Councilman Accomando.
Yes.
Councilwoman Mazer.
Yes.
Council President Samuel.
Yes.
an ordinance to ban vape shops as a principal permitted in the zone district set on 46 Crest. Now we're going to the township.
Okay, motion is in order that a public hearing on this ordinance be opened. Is there a motion to open to the public for comment?
Motion.
Second.
Pardon, Dave.
Motion by Mr. Accomando, second by Mr. Garrett. Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Dorminio.
Yes.
Councilman Garrett.
Yes.
Councilman Accomando.
Yes.
Councilwoman Mazer.
Yes.
Council President Samaluka.
Yes, the public hearing on this ordinance is open, and all persons interested may now have the opportunity to be heard. If you want to be heard, please give your name and address. Hearing no one, I will entertain a motion to close the public comment section
Second.
of this hearing. Who was the first?
Me.
Slow.
Ms. Mazer with the motion, second by Ms. Dominio. Roll call.
Councilwoman Dorminio.
Yes.
Councilman Garrett.
Yes.
Councilman Accomando.
Yes.
Councilwoman Mazer.
Yes.
Council President Samaluka.
Yes. Now, because this ordinance has been sent to the planning board for their review and recommendation, and they have not had an opportunity to review the proposed ordinance and make any recommendations, I will entertain a motion to continue this ordinance to the meeting of May 7th, 2020.
Motion.
Motion. Second.
Okay, motion by Ms. Mazer, second by Mr. Accomando. Roll call.
Councilwoman Dorminio.
Yes.
Councilman Garrett.
Yes.
Councilman Accomando.
Yes.
Councilwoman Mazer.
Yes.
Council President Samaluka.
Yes. So we will have this back on the agenda for the May 7th meeting. Hopefully by that time, the planning board will have an opportunity to meet, God willing, and give us their recommendation. The fourth ordinance on for tonight's meeting is ordinance number 1681-20 for a second reading, a bond ordinance to authorize the improvement of Mayhill Street, Phase 1, in, by, and for the Township of Saddlebrook in the County of Bergen, State of New Jersey, to appropriate the sum of $375,000 to pay the cost thereof, to authorize the issuance of bonds to finance such appropriation, and to provide for the issuance of bond anticipation notes in anticipation of the issuance of such bonds. This utilizes a DOT grant of $182,853, and the Phase 1 is from the VFW Circle to the start of the Route 80 bridge. Motion is ordered to allow the township clerk to give it a second reading. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Mr. Accomando. Second by Ms. Dominio. Roll call.
Councilwoman Dorminio.
Karen?
Councilman Garrett.
Are we missing people?
I don't think
I'm
so.
here.
Councilwoman Dorminio.
Yes.
Councilman Garrett.
Yes.
Councilman Accomando.
Yes.
Councilwoman Mazer.
Yes.
Council President Samaluka.
Yes.
A bond ordinance to authorize the improvement of Mayhill Street Phase 1 in by the Township of Saddlebrook in the County of Bergen, State of New Jersey, to appropriate the sum of $375,000 to pay the cost thereof, to authorize the issuance of bonds to finance such appropriation, and to provide for the anticipation notes in anticipation of the issuance of such bonds.
Okay, a motion is in order for to hold a public hearing on this ordinance. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Mr. Accomando with the motion.
Oh, boy.
Was there a second on that?
Second.
Second by Ms. Arminio. Roll call.
Councilwoman Domingo.
Yes.
Councilman Garrett.
Yes.
Councilman Accomando.
Yes.
Councilwoman Major.
Yes.
Council President Simone.
Yes. The public hearing on this ordinance is open. All persons interested may now have the opportunity to be heard. Please give your name and address if you wish to be heard. Is that something? Hearing no one, I will entertain a motion to close the hearing on this
Motion.
ordinance.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Accomando. Second by Ms. Arminio. Okay, so roll call, please. Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Domingo.
Yes.
Councilman Garrett.
Yes.
Councilman Accomando.
Yes.
Councilwoman Major.
Yes.
Council President Simone.
Yes, please read the resolution regarding final passage.
Be resolved by the Township Council of the Township of Saddlebrook that the ordinance entitled, a bond ordinance to authorize the improvement of Maple Street, Phase 1, in by and for the Township of Saddlebrook, in the County of Bergen, State of New Jersey, appropriating the sum of $375,000, state tax thereof, to authorize the issuance of bonds to finance such appropriation, and to provide for the issuance of bond in anticipation of the issuance of such bonds. It is now passed on its second and final reading, and that the Township Clerk be directed to advertise that ordinance or title thereof in the press, together with the notice of the date of passage of said ordinance according to law.
Okay, is there a motion to approve this ordinance?
Motion.
Motion.
Ms. Dominio, second by Ms. Mazur. Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Domingo.
Yes.
Councilman Garrett.
Yes.
Councilman Accomando.
Yes.
Councilwoman Major.
Yes.
Council President Simone.
Yes, and this ordinance has passed unanimously. The next order of business would be the consent agenda. We have pulled from the consent agenda the minutes of the March 20th, 2020 special public meeting. Before we go into the consent agenda, are there any requests from any members of the council to pull any specific items from the consent agenda?
No.
No.
Nope.
Hearing none,
No.
we will proceed as in the normal course of business. What are we doing first?
All of them, please look and ask. Approved by one vote. There will be no separate discussion on these items unless a council member or member so requested, in which case the item or items will be removed from the consent agenda and considered in its normal sequence on the agenda. The one motion signifies the adoption of all resolutions received and final letters corresponding to reports and approval of minutes and applications.
Okay, is there a motion to approve the
Motion.
consent agenda? Ms.
Motion.
Domingo.
Second.
Second.
Second by Ms. Mazur. Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Domingo.
Yes.
Councilman Garrett.
Yes.
Councilman Accomando.
Yes.
Councilwoman Major.
Yes.
Council President Simone.
Yes, the items on the consent agenda have been approved unanimously. The next item is a vote to approve the minutes of the March 20th, 2020 special public meeting. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion.
Motion.
Okay, motion. I think that was Ms. Dominio and second by Mr. Garrett. We have a roll call on that, please.
Councilwoman Dorminio.
Yes.
Councilman Garrett.
Yes.
Councilman Accomando.
I have to abstain.
Councilwoman Mason.
Yes.
Council President Smith.
Yes, that has passed unanimously with one abstention. The last order of business would be any final comments before we adjourn the meeting?
Yes,
Well,
I'd like to wish. I'm sorry, Todd. I'm sorry. I just wanted to wish everybody a happy Easter and a nice Passover.
Thank you,
Same
Karen.
here. Happy
Thank
Easter,
you.
everybody.
Same to you, Karen, and everybody else.
Thank you.
Yeah. God bless us all.
Through the chair,
Okay.
Andrew.
Yes.
Andrew,
Yes.
I just want to say one thing.
This is the mayor speaking now.
Thank you. We talked about this, the vaping ordinance. I want to mention something that I've been speaking quite a bit to our health officer from the county, and he's telling me that I feel it's a really good idea that we're doing this with the vape, because it's too early to tell, but what he's saying is some of the medical experts are seeing a connection between the vaping and the damage that vaping does, the vaping oils do to a person's lungs, and complications that they're having now with COVID-19. That they're actually finding that these people that do a lot of vape, along with cigarette smoking, have had a lot harder time dealing with when the disease gets in the lungs, and they found that there's been damage done, to people's lungs as a result of vaping. So, I know Todd brought this up a long time ago. He had gone to a seminar, and it's a bunch of BS that and they really sold it, and to not only the kids but to everybody that this is it's a better way of getting tobacco or getting smoking. It's a better, healthier way, and it's not healthy. So I think we're doing the right thing moving forward with the vaping ordinance. I just wanted to mention that. So, they market these things, saying that there's no that it's not unhealthy, when in fact it is. But that's been something that's over the years in this country that has been in existence for a long time. We should be smarter than that. I think we're doing the right thing by limiting these vape shops. Thank you.
I agree.
Agreed.
Most of what we're hearing is that the COVID-19 affects older and middle-aged and older people, but the most people that are using the vaping are the young people, and they're unfortunately damaging their ones and making them more susceptible. So a demographic that generally would not be prone to getting the COVID-19 is just setting themselves up for failure. I agree with Mary. I think that we ought to do the right thing, and sometimes we have tough decisions to make that affect the health, safety, and welfare of the citizens. And I think that this ordinance, if and when reviewed by the planning board and came back to us, will be beneficial to the community. Any other comments before I make a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Second.
Okay, I hear a motion to adjourn by Lou. I think I heard it adjourn. And before we take whoever's listening to this, I thank you for listening in. This is not a perfect system. There are some glitches in the system, but governing has to go on, and we're trying to do our best to continue to move the town forward. And if we have to do this again in May, hopefully we will work out some of the kinks. So thanks everyone for attending the meeting. I'll take a roll call on the motion to adjourn.
Councilwoman Dorminio.
Yes.
Councilman Garrick.
Yes.
Councilman Accomando.
Yep.
Councilwoman Mazer. Council President Samaluka.
Yes.
The meeting is adjourned at 7:45 p.m.
Stay well, everybody.
Be well, everyone. Thank you.
Yep. Stay well.
Thank you.
Happy Easter.
Stay well.
You too.
Happy Easter.
Bye-bye.
Take care, everyone.